Good morning everyone. Welcome to the class. Today we will be talking something about manifestations of goddess. Circles within the Kathmandu valley are manifold. Most influential for their development and conception were locally shaped traditions flourishing within the Newar community. The goddesses, generally addressed as Matraka or Ajima, are present with their divine entourage in temples. They may additionally have their interrelated pithas outside the boundaries of human settlements. Newar towns are protected by a circle of Matrakas, all conceived as fierce and ferocious emanations of the divine feminine. For their yearly festivals, these goddesses are invoked into the procession images, that is Utsava Murti, and installed as a wooden rath, Nepal chariot, or a katha, that is wooden litter, to be taken around and worshipped. In some Newar temples and villages, the Matrakas further emanate in human form, troops of divine dancers whose bodies serve as vessels for the respective deities appear with their own faces replaced by divine ones, the corresponding masks. Their dresses and movements express key features of the deity embodied. Traditionally, rhythms and tunes produced by an ensemble of instruments and human voices add to the uniqueness of these divine performances. Each one of the Gnan Pakha, new dance drama performance of a divine troupe, is seen to reply on its specific context, history and myths. Nevertheless, they share some features, underlying concepts and structures which distinguish them from other genres of traditional dance or drama. The integrated ritual corpus is saturated with tantric elements, the dance drama itself being but another facet of ritual performance. The conception of the body serving as a temporary conception of the body, receptacle of the deity for worship, is immanent to tantric practice. But whereas the practitioner mentally invokes the chosen deity in private by specific techniques, the masked dances target a public interaction with the audience is to various extents. Parts of the performances, they are restricted to places within one village or encompassing wider circles, including neighboring villages and the minor towns of the valley. After an overview of the history of divine masked dances within the Kathmandu valley, the main features of authentic Gyanpyak traditions will be sketched and arguments developed to distinguish these guidance self-contained performances from folklore representative ones. Though all dance troupes face challenges from recent socio-structural changes in present-day Nepal, it will be shown that the capacity to adopt is rather inherent in folklore representative troupes, whereas considering their foundations, some of the authentic ones bear signs of at least a partial decline. The paper concludes within the prospects for mass dance performances within a society, moving away from a self-contained social and cultural system towards an economically, ethnically and culturally open and competitive one. Historical references. The beginnings of Ganpyakhan. It can be traced back mainly to the 15th to the 17th centuries, one or the other of the Malla kings being reported as founder. A good number of Gyanpyakha date back to Amara Malla, a king who reigned in Kathmandu from 1529 to 1560. He is said to have initiated the Rudrayani Shikali Pyakhya in Kokhana. Further, the dance dramas of Halchok Akshadevi, Tokha Manamai Judevi, the Kathmandu Navadurga dances of Pachali Bhairava and Bhadrakala, and finally the Kathmandu, Kanikeshwari and Kirtipur Bhagbhairava dance dramas. The legendary origins of the Bhaktapur Navadurga are traced back to Anandamalla, who set up their images in proper places to ensure the security and protection of the town both internally and externally. It was Suvarnamalla in power from 1487 to 1502 who initiated the Navadurgas Gyanpyakha in 1513. The same king is reported to have founded the Bode Mahalakshmi Pyakha tradition. The historical references reveal a common feature, namely a relation to a specific king who may have initiated a dance drama in circumstances of distress as a protective measure for his kingdom because of a dream or the like. Consequently, dance drama troops could accept support from the royal palaces. At the same time, they remained bound to a specific locality. They placed themselves under a leader or root deity, which was a specific emanation of the goddess. The myths and legends, together with the executing power ascribed in general to tantric ritual performance, account for the unique position of these mass dance traditions. Their cycles of performance on this worldly stage are associated with the manifestation or restoration of cosmic divine order. Classification. Newar dance consists of whole array of dances that are traditionally performed by Newars. The Newar dances can be classified as traditional mass dances. Number 1, Lakhe dance. Lakhe means demon. The demon is depicted with a ferocious face, protruding fangs and mane of red or black hair. Lakhes figure prominently in traditional Newar culture of Nepal mandala. The Lakhe tradition is found in the Kathmandu Valley and other Newar settlements throughout Nepal. Lakhes are said to be demons who used to live in the forest and later became protectors to the town people. A female Lakhe is known as Lasin. The other common legendary being in Nepalese folklore is the Khaya, who is depicted as a fat, hairy, ape-like creature. The Lakhe dances are also a part of the Indra Jatra festival. The word Lakhe means demon, and the dance tells the story about a demon who used to kidnap children for his meals. The masks worn by the dancers during these dances are a bit different. They are of wood with a tail of yak hair, and mask is made of paper mache. The Lakhe dance is characterized by wild movements and thumping music. The dances take place during the daytime and are always performed in a group accompanied by a band of musicians. These dances are a popular event. The participants fight with swords in the streets of the town. The most famous Lakhe is Manjipa Lakhe of Kathmandu, who appears during Yenya, that is Indra Jatra festival in September. He is worshipped as a deity. The Lakhe stops at major crossroads and market squares to give a performance. During the dance, a small boy known as Jhayalincha taunts the Lakhe, making him chase him in anger. Jhayalincha always manages to slip into the crowd and escape. On this night, there are many dances displayed, including that of 12 Bhairavas or manifestations of Lord Shiva. The general belief is that the spirit of the Lakhe resides in the demonic mask or kappa. As the dancer puts the kappa on, the spirit takes over the dancer's body and dictates the movements. The myth surrounding Lakhe or Manjipa Lakhe has many variations, but all revolve around the same plot. Regardless of the stories and speculations, the significance of this dance is unquestionable. This Newari heritage, an amalgam of Hindu, Buddhist and Newari traditions, is not just a representation of the Newari community, but also a microsome of wider Nepali celebrations of different religions and faiths. Although this Lakhe dance takes place once a year during Indra Jatra, there are other smaller, less glamorous Lakhe dances that take place throughout the year, different Newari communities. It is believed that Ranjitkar's Newars, whose main profession was dyeing clothes, were entrusted with the duty of organizing and dancing the Lakhe dance. Every Newari community boasts its own unique Lakhe tradition. The different castes of Newar have mushroomed in various locations within and around Kathmandu, the capital city. In each of these communities has a guthi or social council. Even though these dances are just as unique and traditional, they lack the graticity and flair of the Lakhe dance performed during the annual Indra Jatra. Regardless of location and occasion, Lakhe dances are sights to behold. The red mask, a work of customary meticulous Newari Tibetan art, is accompanied by a matching red and gold photo and full length skirt. The dancers also tie red silk handkerchiefs around their fingers to add color and vigor to the dance. With fast hand movements, these silk handkerchiefs appear as blurs and flashes of red. A Lakhe dance is always accompanied by traditional Newari music. The verve and violent gyrations of Lakhe are inspired by the music created by Dheem and Bushaya. Dheemi is the most common and significant Newari musical instrument. Bushaya is a complementary instrument, a pair of cymbals with straps to fasten around the wrists. Among all the dances performed during Indra Jatra, it is believed that the Lakhe dance is the only dance that isn't taught or practiced. This dance of possession is a visual feast, and the witnesses include Kumara, a young girl worshipped by Newaris as a living goddess, statues of deities brought out just for the day, and the head of state. Gunla Lakhe came out during Gunla, the 10th month in the Nepal Sambat calendar, which corresponds to August. There are other Lakhes with particular characteristics. These mythical beings are said to reside in various parts of the city. Michya Lakhe means fire burning demon. In Nepal, Bhasha is a spirit who is said cause fire by spontaneous combustion wherever it resides. People possessed by Michya Lakhe are also believed to cause fire. Minpu Lakhe also causes fire. Ashtamatrika dance. Ashtamatrika Nach, popularly known as Ga Pyakhan among locals of Patan, dance occurs during the Dashain festival. The dance is occurred for 9 days, starting on Ghatasthapana, the first day of Dashain festival, to Navami, the 9th day. Ga Pyakhan was introduced during Malla regime by King Sri Nivas Malla. He was considered to be an emanation of Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. Once he saw in his dream the congregation of Mother Goddess dancing in his royal court, Mula Chowk. The dance of Ashtamatrika is for the removal of obstacles in the city caused by unknown evil spirits, ghosts, and 8 great fears. Besides, a tantric practitioner worships the Ashtamatrika for the attainment of 8 great siddhis, well-being, peace, prosperity of the country and the people. During this Ashtamatrika dances, 13 deities are represented. They are as follows: Simhini white, Bhairava blue, Ganesh white, Kumara red, Brahma Yani ash color, Varahi red, Indrayani yellow and ash, Mahalakshmi yellow and ash, Kaumari red, Vaishnavi green, Mahakali Chamunda red, Rudrani white, Vyagrihi yellow. It is believed the mask should never be worn or take off on the land. The represented deities jump on the air to wear or take off the mask. Navadurga dance. An introduction to Navadurga, Bhaktapur, the city of devotees. It's famous for its temple architecture and its magnificent representation of gods and goddesses created by anonymous Newar craft masters during the reign of Mallas. Among the various gods and goddesses of Bhaktapur, Navadurga, The mash deities is mobile, dramatic and mysterious. As a matter of fact, Bhaktapur is renowned for Navadurga. Navadurga means 9 Durgas composed of Mahakali, Kumari, Varahi, Brahmayani, Maheshwari, Vaishnavi, Indrani, Mahalakshmi and Tripura Sundari. In Bhaktapur, Navadurga is a set of masks with a ritual continual life force which begins from Dashin in October and ends in Bagasti in June. Since the day of Bagasti, all deities in Nepal live not in land but beneath the water until Gangamuga Chare, a little less than 5 weeks later. On the day of Gathamuga, the Gathas take some black clay from the field and erect a ling of Shiva. Some of this soil is left and preserved in order to be added to new masks. The Gathas, that is mask dancers, musicians and leader of the god house, go to the Taleju with the new set of masks, ritually made of specially clay mixed with the ashes of the previous masks and of the black clay, the remains of the Shiva Linga made on the day of Gathamuga Chare. It is at the night of Dashin when the Karmacharya gives life force to the mask with the mantra. Therefore, these masks have tantric significance. Since the time the masks have life force, they are considered gods and goddesses. The role of Taleju is great, though she is not presented within the Navadurga person. The new set of masks is exhibited in the celebratory Brahmayani pit beside the Hanumante river. This happens on the day of the Vijaya Dashmi. Brahmayani pit, which is in the eastern side of the city, is also the pit of Navadurga. Brahmayani is with the guardian deity of the people and the king of Bhaktapur. The dance was introduced by King Subarna Malla in honor of the 9 manifestations of goddess Durga. Only 7 manifestations are represented in the dance. Mahalakshmi's silver idol is in a small chariot leads the procession, and the 9th goddess is represented by a small image which is never taken out of the village or the temple. What is interesting that during Dashain, another group of dancers who belong to the high caste of Buddhist priests and former monks also danced throughout 9 days of the festival in different parts of the town, Patan. They wear masks of the 8 goddesses of Ashtamatrika who are protectors of the town. Another dance drama held every year in October-November is a presentation of legends about God Vishnu and his various incarnations. This dance drama is called Kartik Nach. Kartik being the Nepali name for the month of the performance and Nach meaning dance. It was first established by King Siddhi Narsingh Malla in the 17th century. All these dances take place on public squares and on the streets among the large crowds, men and women. There are other mass dances in Nepal that are performed during Buddhist festivals at the Buddhist monasteries, so-called ritual dances of lamas. Pyukisi dance, that is elephant dance. Indra Jatra is one of the biggest Jatra festival of Kathmandu Valley. It is also known as Yanya Punhi, Kathmandu's full moon, and Kumari Jatra. This is celebrated both by Buddhists and Hindus. Varieties of cultures and tradition can be seen on this festival. It is also believed that Indra Jatra is a festival of the classical dances. Indra Jatra is named after god Indra, the king of heaven. The festival begins with a carnival, like erection of Yosin, a ceremonial pole, accompanied by the rare display of the deity Akasha Bhairav, represented by a massive mask spouting beer and liquor. Finally, the Kumari, that is the living goddess, leaves the circulation of her temple in a palanquin and leads a procession through the streets of Kathmandu. Kumari is said to be an incarnation of goddess Taleju. Pulukisi is believed to be the career of Indra himself. Pulukisi goes through the streets of the ancient city Kathmandu in search of his imprisoned master. People view the masked creature with a roar of excitement and laughter. From time to time, it does naughty and mischievous things by running through the street, knocking anyone that comes in its path, and swinging its tail in an amazing manner. Like other dancers, he also has team of musical band and a torch carrier in front. Madhyapur Thimi, that is Nil Barahi Nach. Madhyapur Thimi is a municipality in Bhaktipur district in the Bagmati zone of central Nepal. Thimi lies between Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur in the Kathmandu valley. It is one of the trade route from Bhaktapur to Kathmandu. Being the ancient newer verification, the town celebrate various festivals such as Biscuit Jatra, which falls on the mid-April to mark the end of the year and the beginning of the new year according to Vikram Samvat. Especially the Jatra celebrated all three major towns of Thimi municipality. The chariot carrying the statues of different devtas are circulated, carried on the shoulders of the youngsters. Altogether 32 chariots are circulated. Similarly, there is unique tradition in Bod to pierce the tongue of a young man to mark the day of escapement of the evil, and Jatra begins next to that. Nepal Bahari Nach of Bade Bhaktapur is celebrated in Bode during August month after the days of Gai Jatra. The people wearing the mask of various faces to mark are the reincarnation of the gods. They would dance with the traditional spiritual music during the performance. They are not allowed to speak, eat and even to drink water, which shows the community has strong devotion towards the tradition and culture. Mahakali dance. This is one of the most popular mass dances of Nevars. It is based on the religious story from a Hindu Puran called Mahakali Mahalakshmi. According to this, the three goddesses Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Kumari, three of the 8 deities that protect the 8 directions of Kathmandu valley and have different ghost followers. These mother goddesses were practiced by 84 siddhas to gain mystic power. Came down to heaven to vanquish the demons who spread great misery and hardship among human beings. So the almighty goddesses waged a great war with the demons and defeated them, thus stabilizing peace and order on earth. This dance shows the great joy and happiness after the great victory over the demons. Folk dance. Japu Pyakhan. Dangol or Dongol clan are ethnic Neva people from Kathmandu valley, predominantly found in Kathmandu, Nepal. They belong to the Japu subcaste within the Nevar family and are highly urbanized. In the olden times, they were farmers known for the knowledge on measurement of land and calculation. Also, they have some distinct culture and customs. Days have different from other Japus, which these days have nearly disappeared through a historical disadvantage in comparison to Hindu caste. They practice a religion which is a blend of Buddhism, Hinduism and indigenous animism. Their daily life and culture is influenced greater by Buddhism like Maharajas. They speak Nepal Bhasha. Male members of Dangol undergo Ketu Puja ceremony, also known as Bratbandha, and female Dangols marry the sun and the fruit bell when they are young. This is done in order to protect the girl from being a widow who is looked down upon by the rest of Nepal. Dangols are the Japu community of Nepal. Japu literally means competent worker in the Nepal Bhasha language. Most of the festivals in Kathmandu are related with the Japus and great stories are told regarding the start of the festivals. During Lachavi period, the Japus were prominent in political as well as administrative field of the country. After decline of the Lachavi dynasty, the ruling elite group of the period could not find any political or administrative occupation, thus forced into farming. This political change caused them to mix with original farmers Kirat Ahir of the Kathmandu valley, and they were incorporated into Jaipu community. This dance depicts the legendary love story of a Jaipu and a Jaipuni. The story is a popular and a touching as the story Romeo and Juliet and the Rajamati. The lead female character is a very popular among Newars of all age groups. Dhimi dance. Dhimi dance is a part of the culture of Jaipu community of Kathmandu valley. They are famous as well as hard worker for agriculture product. This dance is played with a heavy beating of drum called dhimi and is usually performed during the festival time, either special function of them. Jaipur peoples are dancing with the music of dhimi. Also, this Jaipur communities are popular as well as dancer of Nepal. So, dhimi dance is typical dance belong to Jaipur community of Kathmandu Valley, which perform during the festival and after they ripe the good harvest. Dancers dress with dora surwal, half coat and batgoni cap, and their female wear haku patasi, that is black sari, cholo, that is special blouse, and white shawl. This dance is very popular in Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur among the Niwari community. This dance is played with a heavy beating of drum called dhimi and is usually performed during the festival of Dashin in October after they ripe the goods rice harvest. Dhimen Pyakhan. Newar celebrated every significant moment with great vigor. Whenever there is something to celebrate and enjoy, they gather and start dancing to the beats of traditional drum, Dhemen. Dhemen beats are loud and make people jump to their feet. Bhairava dance. Bhaktapur is also known as the capital of cultural dances and cultural music. Among many traditional cultural dances of Bhaktapur, mask dances are one of the most popular, and among these mask dances, the Bhairava Pyakhyan or Bhairava dance is the most popular one. Almost all the traditional dances follow some kind of legend and traditional beliefs, and some with the Bhairava Pyakhyan. The legend behind the Bhairava dance goes as hundreds of years back, the evil forces and beings, Bhoot, Pishach and Rakshasa, started to dominate the world. The evil beings. Daityas started destroying humans and the natural balance was threatened. Then the god Bhairava came down to earth with other divine bodies to destroy those evil beings for restoring peace to maintain the natural balance. Kya Pyakhyan? Kya are mythical characters who are believed to be disciples of Bhairava, the feared form of Lord Shiva. They are dependent characters who would do anything to make their master happy. Occasionally, they perform humorous and acrobatic performances to please their master. This dance is one of them. Jayore dance. This is the very famous folk dance of Nepal. Jayore songs and dances are the media of entertainment in the hilly region of Nepal. This dance is very free and not restricted to any time, may be seen even during the rice planting season. It is very joyful song and is a ritualized love them.